There we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Echo. Let's see here. Maybe in another life where you'd... Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Look, sometimes we forget to unmute our mic, you know? It's fine. It's tradition for people in this profession, right? Here, give me 1 second. I want to change this number real quick. Hopefully that helps things a little bit. There we go. Probably won't be noticeable to people, but it's noticeable to me. So I'm doing this. Okay. But hello, Scratcher. Hello. Hope you are doing all right. Hope everyone is doing all right. Didn't even notice anything might be deaf. Oh my god, cute. Oh my god. Okay. We did a good chunk of Leo's route last time. We finished up... What was it? Oh god. Yeah, we finished... We started and finished days... What, Monday, Tuesday, and half of Wednesday? You know, that's like a third of his route. Like, sure, 90% of Leo's route is Saturday and Sunday, but, you know, and well, we'll get there. We will get there. But we made good progress, I think. Very, very good. You know, this is still in the good part where we're just hanging out with Leo and having a good time. While completing chores. It was nice. Yeah, that's what I hope. That's what I hope, that these streams are still enjoyable to watch in VOD form, you know. It's why I'm always hesitant to play RPGs, actually, despite the fact that those are like the only video games I know how to play. It's because they're a little boring, right? Anyway, we'll just continue reading. Well, this is the middle of Wednesday, or I guess near the end of Wednesday. The sun is setting. Carl is still missing, and we just ate at the diner. Chase had a milkshake spilled on him. It's real funny. Real funny. We walk in silence for a while, with me walking awkwardly because my soaked and sticky pants are incredibly uncomfortable on my thighs. We stop at the motel where I change and shower before grabbing a fresh change of clothes, then we start back out again. Ah, hello, Charles. Hello, hello. I think about staying behind at the motel, but I feel like that that would be a dick move after what Leo's been through today. As we walk back, Leo takes a detour, stopping at the convenience store. The fight has made things a little awkward between us, so I just shove my paws into my pocket and follow Leo. We go to the back where he grabs a 12-pack. Oh, Leo. He doesn't say anything, so to me either, as he makes his way to the front to pay. Hello, Shelky. Hello. What? It's not October's not over yet. We can still use the Chunter model. No worries. Finally, when we're back outside, he nudges me in the direction behind the convenience store. Let's sit. I lead the way because we've both done this dozens of times before. We set off the asphalt and down a little ways into the brush, where Leo pulls up onto a boulder. It's never coming off? No. Leo sighs, pulling out the first beer bottle. Ah, very good. A 12-pack of beer? Like, of beer bottles? Is that a thing you can get? I'm used to, like, a 6-pack of, like, beer bottles. But, like, beer cans, you can get a 12-pack. Am I wrong? I don't buy alcohol, right? Is that a normal thing you can get? A 12-pack of bottles? Oh, well. Leaning back, he pulls out his keys and use the bottle opener on the keychain before handing it over to me. He does the same for himself, then practically chugs the whole thing before grabbing another even before I'm able to take my first swig. I don't comment on it, and instead look out at the sunset, looking about how nice it would be to just sort of run off into the wilderness. At least for a little while. I lean back and sigh, noticing a white and brown splotch on the knee of Leo's jeans. What you said to Clint? That was pretty mean. He said some pretty mean stuff too, and it's not like I like saying that shit to him. Seeing me laying back, Leo shifts closer to me, allowing me to rest my head against his thigh. Again, the familiar position probably isn't a good idea, but I just don't care. So does Clint still live with his dad? Oh no. He went to prison 2 years ago. Really? Because of... Yeah. Shit. We sit in silence, enjoying our quiet surroundings. As I lay there, I hear Leo open another bottle, then another. Finally, he lets out a big sigh. Chase. Come back to Echo. I close my eyes, turning my vision blood red against the sunset. Maybe. Just not yet. He doesn't press the issue, instead reaching out for another bottle. By the time I get to my second one, the rest are gone. You drank 10 bottles in that short amount of time? Leo. Is that a lot of alcohol? I don't know. I don't know what's considered a lot of alcohol. Some people are like... Because, like, beer isn't... What, they refer to it as hard liquor? Like, that you can only have, like, a couple shots, right? Yeah? Look, I don't know, man. It's a bit of much, It's fucking insane, bad dog. No. No. Leo's good. He's just flexing that he can drink that much alcohol and probably be fine. No, it's fine. Also Halloween. It's fine. Oh. As we walk back to Leo's house in silence, he occasionally brushes his tail up against my own. I let him. He's mildly drunk. Mildly? He's only mildly drunk after 10 bottles of beer. So he's sort of excused for now. I do have to push his muzzle away when he leans up against me for some support, after his feet hit a sudden dip in the road. Okay. I am busy trying to steady him when I hear footsteps pounding up behind us. Mildly, yeah. Mildly drunk. Before I know it, Leo's shoved me hard to the side, and I go stumbling into the weeds. Whirling around, I see a dark figure running off to the side from Leo. His attack aborted as he saw the wolf and saw the wolf had seen him. Yes, we're getting there. He comes back around, and I immediately see that it's Clint, and he's got a crowbar in one paw. Yes. My stomach drops as I look from him to Leo, who's got a giant smile on his face, like this is exactly what he wanted to happen. You wanted him to come at you with a crowbar? What if he had a gun instead? What if you had a gun, Leo? What if you just, still had the gun on you, and you just shot Clint here? What the hell? Come back for more, Clint. There we go, let me adjust that volume a little bit. Clint doesn't say anything. Instead, he just screams and runs at Leo again. Usually, I wouldn't be worried about Leo in a fight with Clint, but the crowbar and the fact that Leo can barely stand has me really worried. The argument bopped a little bit. Leo backpedals, then ducks low and lunges forward, which I don't think Clint expected. His grunt is guttural, but to my surprise, he doesn't go down. Instead, he grips the back of Leo's shirt, before raising the crowbar and bringing it down hard into Leo's back with a solid, meaty thud. I gasp and cringe. It's starting to jog towards them. Clint presses forward, and Leo trips over something, landing on his butt. Clint raises the crowbar again, and Leo raises a paw. For about 2 seconds, they play a game with Leo moving his paw around above his head, anticipating the swing. Clint, meanwhile, keeps trying to re-angle the crowbar so that Leo will miss. He doesn't get a chance, though, because that's when I reach them. I'm not exactly a good fighter, considering I've never been in a fight before. But the idea of Leo getting his face beaten with a crowbar provides me with the terror that spurs me on. I jump on his back, grabbing a handful of hair on his forehead, and yank it back as hard as I can. I guess I should have hit him. Or something, but it seems to have worked. His remaining teeth flash in the porch light, and I get a hot blast of his rancid breath as he snarls angrily. Suddenly, I'm sitting down on the asphalt, feeling like my forehead just had caved in. He must have somehow swung the crowbar back and hit me. Where's the TJ route strength? Was he strong in that route? Look, was that the strength of just Chase? I desperately rub at my head, imagining the skull shattered into a million pieces like an egg, but everything feels like it's still in shape. The fight's still going on, and now I can hear Leo snarling. It's not a sound that I've heard that often, but it's deep and way scarier than anything Clint has ever managed. I try to focus on the spot that I see their bodies tangled together. When I do, I see that Clint's on top again, the crowbar raised, pointed end down, aimed at Leo's face. I start to crawl towards them, but there's no way I'm gonna make it. Again, the sound of something hard strikes flesh, but this time it isn't Clint hitting Leo. It's Clint that hisses in pain, this time, as he arches back, baring his fangs. He has those still? There's a dark shape behind him, but before I can focus on it, Leo's massive paw smashes into the side of Clint's face. Leo's not playing this time. In fact, it looks like he put everything he had into that punch, and the sound it makes is like a slab of beef being thrown against the concrete. Why do you know what that sounds like, Chase? Clint's body visibly goes slack before he slumps down against Leo, only to be shoved roughly to the side. I crawl up next to the wolf, and he looks over at me as I do. His paw immediately goes to my head, and it's just steady it as he looks closer at my face. Vivid imaginary, yeah, maybe. He did work at he knew Carl when he worked at the corner store, right? Maybe they took some beef, and just slapped it on the ground real hard. Who knows? I could imagine what that sounds like. That's true. It's true. Okay, I crawl up next to the wolf, and he looks over at me as I do. His paw immediately goes to my head to steady it as he looks closer to my face. Oh, fuck. Did he hit you? Hello, Kopika. That's when I realize that I have a massive headache and feels like it's full of water. I rub a spot that itches a bit right above my eyebrow, and my pads come away slightly dark and bloody. That fucking piece of shit! Leo sends a back fist into the side of the downed Clint's face. Hey, that's enough, Leo! That's when I remember that it was somebody else that actually saved Leo. The voice is familiar, but it isn't until I look up that the source that I recognize Kudzu. He's breathing hard, and he's holding the crowbar that Clint dropped. Ah, Dragon, hello! The dark spots around his eyes blend in with the night and accentuate how wide his actual eyes are. He looks spooked. Why you be spooked, the Kudzu? What the hell are you guys doing? He sounds pissed, and I feel a little defensive. Hey, he tried to run up on us. I'll drink it for you, Kudzu. No. Kudzu's eyes flick over at me, before focusing back on Leo. I thought we had this shit figured out. Why the hell are you fighting again? I don't really get why this Kudzu guy is freaking out so much. His nostrils flare with each breath. Because obviously this happens often, Chase. Come on. Put two and two together. Leo's constantly getting in fights now. You'd think he was the one that almost got his brain run through with a crowbar. Calm the fuck down. You know how Clint is. He wouldn't do half the crap he does if you didn't antagonize him so much. You say he was a bully, but from what I've seen, it's reversed. It's hard to think of Leo as a bully, but the way he acted towards Clint in the diner was a bit much, even if it was Clint. Hey, if he can't take it, then maybe he shouldn't dish it out. What, his gamer rage? It's so hot. No. I mean, yes, Kopika, but no. We aren't supposed to think that. Leo grins and sticks out a paw to Kudzu, who glares, but nevertheless reaches down to help him up. Leo promptly pulls me up with him. As I get to my feet, a wave of dizziness suddenly hits me, and I stumble into Leo. Oh fuck, see? Leo steadies me and looks into my eyes, worry etched all over his face. I'm fine. Just got a little dizzy for a second. That's not fine. Do you feel sick? Can you see straight? Seriously, I'm fine. Just give me a minute. Puchiga, I'm going to kill that hick when he wakes up. At the moment, Clint makes a snarling sound and starts to roll over. Leo's eyes flash to where he's laying, but Kudzu steps up between the two, still glaring. No, get the fuck back home. Take care of the otter. I'm gonna see if I can help him from trying to kill you later on down the road. A fat chance. He's been wanting to kill me since middle school. Clint starts to sit up, supporting himself with both paws on his as he looks around. Go. Whatever. Leo turns to me and his eyes soften as he puts an arm around my shoulder. See, he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy, guys. Come on. We might need to go to the hospital. I'm fine, really. The low tone of Kudzu's voice murmurs to Clint, fades off as we stumble into the night. No, you're not fine. He hit you fucking hard. God damn that fucking idiot. He could have killed you. I put a paw back to the sore on my head and rub at it. Leo grabs my waist. Don't do that. You'll infect it. We'll clean it up back in my place. Swear to God, I'm not gonna leave my house without my gun again. Suddenly, Leo's face turns on in an odd look. 1 second. He makes as if to steady me with both paws, then stumbles off to the side of the road. It's dark and I can't see him, but I sure as hell can hear a retch followed by a splash. This happens about 3 more times before Leo shakily but more steadily approaches me from the darkness, a sheepish grin on his face. Okay. You okay? Yeah. Yeah, just had a bit too much. Really? The Leo I knew could down 15 cans and still walk. Is 15 cans equivalent of 8 bottles? Hey, rolling around with a crazy long tail sitting on you won't do your gut any favors. Huh, sure. Leo chuckles and wraps an arm around me again, though this one feels more intimate rather than just being there to keep me steady. We walk in silence for a while, just enjoying the evening air. The temperature is always perfect here when the sun's down. It gets me more annoyed, though, because I imagine we'd be having a much better time if Clint hadn't just tried to murder us. That would be miserable if you could drink that much and not feel it. Maybe. Wish it was me on Jesus, please. Oh my God. At least that's what I imagine he was trying to do, since hitting someone with a crowbar isn't exactly fucking around. Has it really gotten this bad between you and Clint? What's the point of drinking at that point? Yeah, it's true. That's true. I mean, I kind of always wondered what was the point in the first place. I've never been drunk, so I don't know what that feels like. But I can't imagine. Like, I've taken, like, sips and stuff of beer, and I'm like, there's no way that there's a positive of drinking this. This tastes terrible. No. Leo squeezes me. It's always been this way. It looks like he was trying to kill you. Well, the gringo really hates me. Leo laughs, and then falls silent for a while, ears pinned back. I guess it was angrier than usual. Oh, he was angrier than usual. I think it's just that I might have pissed him off more than I usually do. I look up at him. About that, what you said to him back at the diner was really awful. You too. How can he expect not to get hit with that if he's going off about us and about me being a guy, you know? I don't get beer. That's true. Beer is weird. Beer is weird. Not about it. Hello, Ami. Hello, Cot. Mr. Shunter, you're terrible still. You're terrible. Here, give me a second. I'm gonna turn on my spice heater. It's getting to that time of year where I just have to have that on all the time. It is what it is. Leo barks out a laugh. Talk shit, get hit, I always say. That makes you crunk, huh? Eh? Is that a wording? Crunk? No idea. That's not the guy from that Disney movie, right? It's not spelled differently. It's fine. Shut up. I'm not an idiot. I don't know. It sounded cool. Okay. Howdy, kids. Yeah. Pull the lever, crunk. Should we start using dated lingo in chat? Everyone feeling shway tonight? I don't know, man. What his dad did is different. It's not his fault, you know? Hey, he might be fucked up, but he can still make the decision to be a complete dick to everyone, can't he? I wish Jenna were here to help back me up on how that isn't exactly fair to Clint. Can I use groovy? I think that's fine. I mean, I would, way back in the day, when, this old television show was still airing on TV called Gravity Falls? Yeah, that's what that show was called. I would refer to it as Groovity Falls because I'm stupid and I had always had like stupid nicknames for everything instead of their actual names, like the Bibble Shack franchise. And the Waking Bed. Yeah. Because I'm quirky, I guess. Anyway, I think he was still so fetch. Stop. Anyway, I think he was on something. Did you see how crazy he looked? He's always on something. And speaking of which... You're quirky, girl. Oh my god. Leo's step slow, and I look ahead to see an isolated house further up the road. The porch light is on, and I see a skinny figure get out of a chair and start walking up the front yard. It's clear he means to intercept us, and I slow down with Leo as he draws closer. Duke. Yeah, this is a different background than when we saw Duke in Jenna's route, right? Because it was the suburbs background. Serving Renoa? Now you stop that. I am not on Renoa's level. Maybe I should flirt with people like Renoa does. Will that net me a man? Duke moves his trailer for each route. It's a little bit true, isn't it? Do it, John. Now stop that. Leo nods at him. Milady. The weasel, the skinny yeah, he's skinny. There's a descriptive word there. Oh my god, excuse me. The skinny weasel looks us both up and down, raising up a paw to pull a drag from what looks like a cigarette. I assume it's actually a blunt because it smells like Carl. He's as patchy and unhealthy looking as I remember him. Not as torn up as Clint, but still bad enough to know he's done his fair share of dabbling in meth. He doesn't say anything, and after a while, Leo clears his throat. He should model? Maybe Arch's Duke could be a model. I don't know if this Duke could be a model. Isn't it nice? He's here. But I can never figure out how to voice Duke. I don't know. He's here. As Duke cuts off Leo, he's staring right at me, so I assume it's me he's talking about. Hi, Duke. I probably couldn't have said any more awkwardly. Well, you know. Hi, Zuko here. That was the line. That was the meme line, right? I don't know. I haven't watched that fucking television show in a decade. Leo steps forward, practically in front of me. Did you need something? Duke lets out a long stream of smoke towards us. Definitely a blunt. Same shit's been happening to me after you told me about it. Huh? Huh? Leo looks at him, looking politely puzzled. Though I can see his tail twitching behind him. You been seeing shit. Now I'm seeing shit. It's quiet for a few seconds, then Leo laughs. Huh. Well, maybe lay off the drugs, cocktails. The drug cocktails, that's what that says. Okay. No, it's different. The shit I see, almost real. I saw him. He nods at me again, and for some reason, I'm starting to feel really uncomfortable. Leo laughs, and this time it's much more forced. He starts pushing me along further up the street. Sorry, Duke, but Chase is taken. Janice is still single, though. Oh, no! Duke follows us, walking along the dirt while we stay on the asphalt. When did he get here? Leo doesn't say anything and keeps pushing me along. I can see Duke get angrier, and I don't want another fight, so I finally butt in. I got here on Saturday. Is something wrong, Duke? Duke doesn't answer. He just stops and watches us. A frown stretched across his face. I keep on looking over my shoulder at him, but he doesn't move, and he doesn't take his eyes off of us. What the fuck? Stop looking at him, Chase. What was he talking about? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Just keep moving, and hope we don't run into any more of these psychos. I manage not to look back again, but I feel his eyes on the back of my neck the entire time. Even though the instructions say only to take 2, Leo gives me 3 generic acetaminophen pills. After that, he takes me to the bathroom and starts cleaning the cut on my forehead. I grimace against the sting of the rubbing alcohol. We should really take you to the ER. This might need some stitches. I lean my head into his paws because not having to hold it up myself feels good. No, it's not that bad. Besides, even if it is a concussion, they'll just send me home and tell me to get some rest. I thought you weren't supposed to sleep after getting a concussion, right? That's something they tell you, I think. Along with a $500 bill. I played football, I know. But you never know how serious it could be. I sigh and don't say anything, deciding it would be easier just to not argue. Leo starts to debate whether or not to shave the fur, but I finally get annoyed and tell him to get on with it. As he prods around, I can see the area around the cut is swelling, and I wonder if I'm gonna get a black eye. You should wait at least 2 hours before sleeping. Okay, I see. Yeah, sleep plus concussion is bad time. Okay. Leo finally steps back and starts putting everything back into the first aid kit. Wait. Leo glances at me questioningly. Aren't you hurt? He thinks for a second. I don't think so. I feel fine. I mean, turn around. I'd seen Clint hit Leo with the crowbar, and he'd hit him hard. Leo sighs before finally turning around, placing his paws on the sink as he stares into the mirror. I look at his back, the black shirt dusty from the dirt he was rolling around in. Carefully, I lift up his back. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. I can see the raised fur from the growing welt where the crowbar had hit, though. Turn around, bend over, let me check if you're hurt. No! I mean, yes, though. Like, touch his butt. Like, pull up his shirt to, like, look at his back, but also, you know, just touch his butt. You know? There aren't any cuts there, but I do see some spots of dried blood. You have a bunch of little cuts. I see the smooth muscles under Leo's fur shift as he flexes them. Really? Must have been from the rocks in the road. Hello, Alex. Thanks for stopping by. I think my shirt came up a little while we were wrestling around. Give me the alcohol. All right, see you around, Alex. Thanks for stopping. Like stopping in and things, yeah. See you around. Leo sighs again, but hands it over. Dr. Josh checks back area very thoroughly. You're terrible. I guess I would be terrible. It's fine. And take off your shirt. He smirks at that and slowly, purposefully, sensually strips his shirt off. I try to ignore him, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't turned on by his body. It's been a long time since I saw him shirtless, and he's kind of changed. He's thicker, broader, in the shoulders and chest, the muscles smoother and a little more filled out. I swallow and start to dab the alcohol into the cuts. He makes no indication of feeling any pain, instead swishing his tail around and flicking it up between my legs. Again, I don't know why, but Leo has a way of making you want to play along, even if you know it's a bad idea. He's been flirting with me this whole time, so I guess he's sort of just broken down my defenses. Once I finish rubbing in the alcohol, I let a paw linger on Leo's hip. We both stay like that for a while until Leo finally turns around, leaning back against the sink. I look over his form, his broad chest down to his thick stomach. Like what you see. When I look back at him, his brows are raised. And before I can say anything, he's leaning down. I think he's about to kiss me, so I turn my head to the side, but instead he just nuzzles the side of my head as he brings me in for a hug. I freeze for a second, but relax into his hold after a while, enjoying the feel of his warm fur against mine. He doesn't say anything, just holds me. I can feel his excitement through his pants as he presses into me, then starts nibbling at my ear. I gasp as he catches it between his teeth, and I almost moan. He, of course, knows I have sensitive ears. He moans a little in response, and before I know it, he's pulling me up against him. Then he lifts me up off the ground as he spins around and sits me on the sink. Oh, that's still a good CG. That one's still a good one. Oh, I'm a little bit terrible, aren't I? Hello, Wildfire. My head throbs again, and I think I'm about to fall, but he holds on to me before he begins digging his muzzle into my neck, kissing and licking. Do it while we can before you leave, right? Maybe just a little bit. Just a little bit. And the entire time going like, okay, but we're not dating. we're friends with benefits. I'm going back to Pueblo. It's fine. We'll decide later. I gasp and hug around his body, pulling him closer as he licks and nips. Leaning my throat back, I expose more of my neck to him, closing my eyes as the back of my head presses against the mirror. Leo growls. His paws slide up under my shirt, feeling up my stomach before moving to my chest. Fucking hell. He moans it, sounding like he just scratched an unreachable itch, like he just had his first drink of water in days. Leo! I gasp, about to tell him to stop. But then his tongue burrows in past my fur to lick at the skin, and my eyes roll. Ah, hello, Mark. I'm doing all right. He pulls back finally, and I lower my gaze to meet his. His tongue is hanging out, making it look a little goofy. I can see a few of my short brown hairs on his tongue. He starts to lean in again, and this time I don't turn my head away. As he almost reaches me, his eyes suddenly flick to the right, looking over my shoulder, and I see a shock cross his expression. Then he jumps and spins around, knocking over the soap dispenser and first aid kit. I jump too. What? Leo continues to stare, one paw clenching his chest, the other digging into my thigh. Die. I wait for him to finish, but he doesn't go on. His eyes are just black circles, making it look like they're open instead of closed. Oh, yeah, it's good. Shadow Chase didn't like that. Oh, God, I would love if the little telltale thing showed up there. Shadow Chase will remember that. Did you see something? I thought I did. Just seeing things, I guess. Finally, he turns his attention to the first aid kit and leans over, starting to pick up everything back up. Slowly, I slide down from the sink, pushing my shirt back into place, realizing that the moment had passed. While I'm curious as to what he saw, I'm also conscious of the fact that the break-in our intimacy has made things awkward again. Oh my God, just touch his dick, like. Hello, Hersey. Should we check the house? Could be Clint. No, wasn't Clint. Leo grabs his shirt and pulls it back on before turning to me. Just seeing things. I think back to Clint. Well, all right. As we leave the bathroom, Leo looks back in for a moment before flipping the lights off, probably closing the door as well. Hello, White. I think it's a little strange that he makes sure to close the door. Yeah, there we go. Do you all close the doors after you leave them? How do you all navigate things? I'm a little weird. I close doors. I'm always like, if the door is open, then like someone's tampered with it. Then that's not good. So I like to close doors. It's fine. I think it's a little strange that he makes sure to close the door. Leo doesn't make a move on me again that night, instead keeping a good few inches between us on the bed. No. You also close doors? Yeah, see? It's fine. Actually, I think unironically, the only door I leave open is the bathroom door. Otherwise, it's not a thing I think of. Ah, okay. I can't help but wonder if I did something wrong. What I do know is that I'm kind of disappointed. Let the creatures in the darkness watch me through the door. Oh my God. Terrible. What happens on Thursday? Is it Thursday or is it Friday? That's the football. I don't really remember. By morning, Leo seems to have perked up a little. By morning. Did I say Monday? By morning. I only close my bedroom door to sleep. Ah, not very smart though. Makes it harder to escape. Ah, it is what it is. Man, I do that too, though. I always close my bedroom door when I'm in there. It starts with some good news from Flynn. Carl has been found in the crawl space. According to him, it had been too hot to sleep anywhere but there. You slept for like the whole day and a half, Carl. Okay, if I open my eyes, demons from what? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Has anyone kept up with where the demons lurk? I feel like I haven't played that game in like a year and a half. Is that a game worth going back to? I liked the character designs. Maybe I'll go back to it someday. Goes to the ceiling and through the door, but can't close it to the bedroom. Oh. Is that safe? It's probably fine. Of course, that's fucking insane, but it's definitely something Carl might do. You miss Kobe. In better spirits, Leo suggests we go out to some burger joint, to which I agree. On the way, we chat about my project. So obviously, I don't want to spend all of our time just having fun. You have a project to do, after all. Yeah. I don't remind him that most of the mess around has been his idea. The messing around has been his idea. Well... That we do need to hang out with TJ today, if that's okay. I promised him we would yesterday. He's been feeling kind of down, obviously. I look down at my sausage biscuit sandwich, the excess grease glinting in the sunlight shining through the window. I was thinking the park. Okay, so it's the football. Yeah, that sounds like fun. So, what do you still need to do? I take a bite to give myself time to think. Well, honestly, I'm not too sure. The whole premise is about the body that was found in the mine. Yeah, what was that about? Well, I read about it on a website. Apparently some guy's mutilated body was found in the mines, and everyone in the town lost their minds. A website? Yeah. Shouldn't you have a better source than that? Well... Especially if the whole idea of your project is based on that. I blush. Someone like Leo chastising me about journalistic integrity is kind of embarrassing. It's not that he's stupid. I guess I'm just used to feeling like the brains of our little dynamic. I mean, it's cited. I just need to get the book, which is something else we needed to do. Do you have a library card? No. I mean, to be fair, I also do not have a library card. I could just use the internet. I don't need to go to the library. Look for things. Wow. Surprising. But I could sign up for one. Leo nudges me. Don't be bitter. I just want you to do a good job. I'm the one that went to college. I know what I'm doing. Leo laughs. You know, I read a study about college kids. A study? Sounds like something you wouldn't know about, considering you don't go to college. Right. Anyway, it was about how college doesn't make you smart, just more liberal. Uh-huh. So is that a bad thing? Well, paying $20,000 a year to get indoctrinated just doesn't appeal to me. I frown. Is that why you stopped going? Or have you just been looking up these studies to make yourself feel better about quitting? Leo pauses. Oh, that's a strong word. I guess I just realized that what I had was good enough. My dad makes more than most college grads, and he's teaching me the trade, too. Leo pauses as he changes lanes around a massive 16-wheeler carrying what looks like steel. And I'm already certified. Okay, where exactly are you going with this? I just want to make sure you're okay with that, is all. Well, I'm not Jenna. As long as you're doing what you want, I really don't care what it is you decide to do. Hello, Juju. Leo smiles. Well, good. And if we, you know, I'm not saying we will, but if we ever got back together, I'll be able to support you. Well, just don't make fun of me for going to college, or what degree I decide to go into. You know, you're good enough for a writer already. You could have just started up a blog or something. What? I just read that. That's what journalism is these days. I start sulking again. Maybe you should start looking these things. You should stop looking these things up. At least I'm learning to do something. It's not like I just got a degree in psychology and stopped there. Well, didn't you tell me you wanted to go into history? Isn't that worse? Let's just drop it. Leo looks at me out of the corner of his eye. Chula, I'm not making fun of you. Well, when someone starts sounding like my dad, I think that's a good time to end the conversation. Duh, you're not into that. Definitely not. Oh my god. Oh, Leo needs to stop. We drive in silence for a while as Leo pulls out his food from a brown, grease-stained paper bag. As we're heading back, he nudges me. Hey, I have an idea. He talks with his mouth full, one hand holding his sausage biscuit, while the other steers. Are you asking me? Hey, both hands on the wheel. Leo chuckles as he takes a swig from his orange juice carton. He's got a little orange juice carton? That's adorable. With his steering paw before returning to the wheel. Sounds like a dad would make Josh even more excited. Now you stop that. Even when I'm in the car, you drive like shit. Hey, I'm way more careful when you're with me. That makes me feel so much better. Good. He takes another huge bite. I wait while he chews, and when he finishes, he takes another bite. You were saying? Oh, yeah. You know these train tracks behind my yard. Didn't you say they were important somehow? Yeah, Echo used to be an import junction. Well, why don't we go there and get some film some stuff? The railroad is like a 5-minute walk away. I think. Actually, yeah, that's a good idea. Leo smiles, panting a little in the heat, looking proud of himself. Cool. We'll go over once we get back. There's not much left of the old train yard. The building that used to serve the junction is basically gone, save for the foundation. There are 2 groups of abandoned freight cars. Yep, with Golden Gate Southwestern in chipped paint on the side. I'm happy to see it since it'll help with the scenery I'm trying to capture. What? I don't think Josh would survive imagining an older Leo. Now you stop that. He would be so cute, guys. He'd be so cute. After doing a few panning shots along with some close-ups of the car, I lean against an old freight car with my head down, or my head back. I close my eyes against the heat. It's almost noon, so it's almost impossible to find any good shade out here. For some reason, it's only now that I'm realizing how stupid it was to do this so early. The sunset would have looked a lot better, along with it being a lot cooler. Leo's been gone almost 20 minutes at this point. He said he was gonna get some water bottles, but it's been a while. The sweat seeps into my shirt, makes my skin crawl. After looking around, I peel it off and hang it up against a small metal ladder on the frame of one of the freight cars. I lean back against the exact same spot I was earlier, where it isn't where it isn't burning hot, and resume closing my eyes. Vaguely, I wonder how many miles this thing has covered, how much of the country it's seen. The railway was closed down in the 60s, so it's at least 50 years old. Unless they're just using Echo as a dump for unwanted train cars, and left them here recently. A lot older than I am, there's something weirdly comforting about leaning against something that's been through so much, almost reassuring. It's like swimming in an old river or lake that's been around for millions of years. Something brief, connected to things that are permanent. I hear rustling through the grass on the other side of the car, but I keep my eyes closed. Leo, I think I'm gonna die. I'm not built for this heat. I wait, but he doesn't say anything. Leo? The rustling starts up again. A long, slow drag through the dry vegetation. This time, it sounds like it's coming from under the train. Leo? I finally open my eyes and step away from the car, turning around to look at it like I can see through it. What are you doing? Obviously trying to scare me. Leo was never as subtle as Jenna, but he did his fair share, at least, of at least trying. Man, you got two friends that are just trying to spook you all the time? Nah. Couldn't do it. I lean over to look under the car, glaring. You know if you're trying. I'm met with emptiness under the car, just dirt, dead grass, and rusted rails. Was it some kind of animal? It sounded pretty big to be. Okay. Chase! Fuck! A heavy paw slams on my shoulder, and I jump as Leo shouts right next to my head. I stumble forward, but he grabs me up, laughing. Holy shit! Oh, I've never seen you jump that hard before. Normally, I'd be pissed, but that build-up just had me glad it was Leo. How the hell did you do that? Do what? That whole setup you just did. Well, you see, first I took my hand and slapped it on your shoulders. No, the whole walking around behind me and making that dragging sound under the car. Huh? Huh? Leo looks confused. I frown. I guess it would have been kind of impossible for someone Leo's size to sneak around like that without me seeing him. Did you hear something? Leo mimics my earlier position, bending over to look under the train. Hey, but there wasn't anything there. I thought you were trying to scare me. Well, I was, but I didn't do that. Probably some animal or something. There's a lot of weird wildlife out there, you know? But, where haven't they? What? It's true. That's true. They're probably all over the place. If it was something Leo can beat it up. He's our hero. He stands up. That would have been a good idea, though. It sounded really heavy, like a person. Could have been, you know. A lot of weirder people around here like to come here to get drunk, or high, or whatever. Sounds fun. I must still look a little unnerved because Leo sets a hand on my shoulder. Well, I'm here now, so don't worry. His eyes drift down to look at my torso. Damn, you've kept in shape. Well, better shape. I smirk, rubbing a shoulder. Swimming every day helps. Leo rubs my shoulders, grinning. You look good. You always say that. And I always mean it. Oh. Well, thanks. I've gotten to the point where I've just stopped pretending that there isn't at least something still between us. And I think I've stopped pretending that nothing's gonna happen on this trip eventually. What really worries me is what will happen after. Hello, KikiBot. New to the channel and game? Is this like furry Walking Dead? No. It's like, I usually go like, it's gay furry Twin Peaks Silent Hill. It's more on that end of the spectrum, rather than the Waking Bed. Josh, are you swimming every day to maintain the chunder build? No. No, I have a little bit of pudge. I have a little bit of, like I'm not, like, husky. I just got, like, a little bit of chunk. Just a little bit. It's like diet chunk. It's the feather fluff, it's fine. Only a little bit. Only a little bit. Like, everyone tells me that I'm skinny, and then I go, like, I look and I, like, feel my own pudge, and I'm like, what do you mean? Liar, you're hyper twing. Oh, yeah. I don't think I'm, like, hyper twink. It's weird. Leo, meanwhile, slides his hand over my stomach. Not that I'd care if you gained any weight. That happens. And I like you this way. Oh, but I like you this way. Yeah, it happens. I only hesitate for a moment. You got a little chunk at least. Yeah, basically. Yeah. I should probably do more, like, walking around, doing things. I do have an exercise machine. I do use it on occasion, but I only do it like once a week for like 20 minutes. That should be an everyday thing. That's fine. We'll worry about it later. Oh my god, Josh, you know when normal people call you skinny, what they really mean is twink, and they just don't have the vocabulary? No, you stop that. No, you stop that. I slide my own hand under his shirt, and Leo makes a soft gasping noise as I press it up against his stomach. His ears fold back, though he keeps on grin on his face. Being a wolf makes it harder, you know. I believe you. As if to try to convince me he hasn't really gained weight, he flexes his abs, flattening the soft fur on his stomach against my palm. Steel wrapped in velvet. But you know I'm into that. I get the urge to adjust my pants so my dick isn't jamming so uncomfortably into my crotch. But I don't want to make it that obvious that I'm aroused. You mind feeling some other parts of me? You're making me feel fat. I giggle before I slide my hand up his torso. This exposes more of his white stomach, all the way up his chest, and I can feel his pounding heart. That better? So Josh Core, now you stop. No. No. Leo just, it gives a breathy laugh. Laughing exhale? Okay. As he lets me feel him. He slides closer, resting both of his hands on my waist. I feel his peck with my hand, and I thumb through his fur to find the nipple underneath, feeling it harder in response. Leo shudders and grins at me. Huh. I think this place does things to us, Chase. Remember our first kiss? This isn't the exact spot. Was it really 6 years ago already? I sigh, then slide both of my hands under his shirt and wrap them around his waist, burying my face in his chest. No nipples, Chase, bad dog. Leo hugs back as he starts nibbling at my ear, which makes me gasp. Hey, can't we just enjoy the moment? Leo giggles. Oh yeah. I look up at him, and I'm not sure if I just run into it, but we kiss. It's a small peck, but then Leo puts his hand behind my head and pushes me deeper into the kiss. He opens his muzzle to clam around mine, his warm tongue pressing against my lips. I'm still for a moment, and so is he, waiting for me to respond. When I do, it's oh, excuse me. It's with my paw around his back, me kissing back. A soft crack in my right makes me jerk my head from the kiss to look over. Oh hey, just watching? Nah, I get it. Kudzu's standing there, his arms folded. Leo coughs in surprise, pulling back as well and wiping his muzzle. Oh, Kudzu, what's up? The raccoon's expression is hard to read, as usual, but I see the corner of his muzzle quirk up after a while. He's a little quirky little guy. His shirt magically reappears. Well, he didn't, like, take it off, right? It was that they were holding it up, right? They're in one of his relieving spots. No, stop. No. Not much. What's up with you? Oh, you know, stuff. Leo laughs, and finally Kudzu smiles. Hey, Kudzu. I speak up, feeling awkward staying silent after Kudzu caught us like that. He nods in my direction. Chase. So what are you guys really doing out here? Some kind of a dumpy place to be doing that. I blush, but turn and point to my camera bag sitting inside the opening of the car. I was filming for my project. This place is important to Echo's history. I see. We could ask you the same thing. Well, I'm not exactly doing that, am I? Anyway, I just take walks sometimes on my days off. In the middle of the day? In this heat? In that fur? With those legs? Usually. He narrows his eyes at me, clearly thinking that I'm suspicious about something, so I quickly add. I mean, it just gets so hot out here at this time of day. I'd die. Kudzu shrugs, his shoulders nonchalantly. I don't know. I go for walks a lot. That's what I was doing last night when I found you two. Hey, thanks for stepping in last night. That could have ended badly. Kudzu shrugs again. It would have. Had to do something, didn't I? Well, we appreciate it. Leo wraps an arm around me and and hugs. So, how should we how was he when he came to? Pissed, obviously. He always is. But he said some things last night. You should stay away from him for a while. Kudzu's normally placid face shows more concern for the first time. What? He said he was gonna kill me? Leo says it lightly, like it's not a big deal. Among other things. His eyes flick to me. I give a start. What? Whoa, wait. Did he say some shit about Chase? Leo's hackles raise, and I can see him starting to bare his teeth. Okay, let me turn up the game volume a little bit. There we go. Again, he was on something last night. He might not even remember it, but I'm just warning you to be careful around him from now on. Kudzu looks back at Leo. Don't provoke him. I wouldn't if he wasn't such a fucking asshat. Just ignore him. I swear to God, if he talked about doing shit to Chase. His grip tightens even more around me. Hey, I'm gonna be gone in a few days. Don't worry about me. I am worried about you. I'm getting really tired of that meth skeleton messing with everything I do. And if he fucking tries something on you... Leo... The air is tense, and I can feel Leo growling deep in his growling deep in his throat. Wanting to change the subject, I speak up. Hey, Kudzu, we were gonna go out to the park and hang out. Did you want to come? Thanks, but I think I'm good. Leo perks up from his brooding. You know what? I think that's a good idea. We were gonna play some soccer, but that's only gonna be 3 of us. You could help even it out. Kudzu thinks. Well, I suppose I could use the workout. Huh, you're just like TJ. I think you guys will get along great. I didn't really see TJ and Kudzu getting along, just because they're fitness conscious. They're practically night and day. Well, we're headed out right about now. You gonna come? Kudzu hesitates for a second longer before he nods, his head in a quick jerk. All right, sure. Why not? What could happen in 4 days? What's the worst that could happen? It's fine. We're gonna have a great vacation, sitting around, hanging out with friends. We got 2 good boys right here, right? We have Leo, the most perfect individual, and then we have Kudzu, a man in a tank top. And with that, I gather up my equipment, and we head back to Leo's house. I'm not surprised that Echo hardly had eaten an inch of flat grass in the entire town. Leo says they're planning to lay down sod next to the lake when the area is further developed. But as of now, we have to settle for a park near Peyton. It's a plain stretch of grass, usually used for youth soccer games. In fact, I can remember when I was part of that same organization, back when my stubby legs didn't matter as much. That made a bad ending a really good one? No! We don't need that. I mean, I like both endings to Leo's route. I'm a little... Wait, you can't live on the edge of your legs. Yeah, Kudzu is just kind of out here. It's fine. It's fine. It's that waterbed, you know. He needs to get rid of the waterbed and his life will improve by so much. That's one for me, don't worry about it. That's fine. That's fine. Of course, after a few years, it's become clear that, being an otter, I wasn't built for sports. Other than swimming. That's when I took up swimming, of course, but then I realized that I wasn't really great at that either. Of course, I could outswim any non-aquatic, but when it comes to the other otters, I was pretty much bottom of the barrel. As we drive, TJ sighs next to me. I look over at him, and he's got an elbow against the armrest, staring out the window as we pull into the empty parking lot. Everything all right? TJ's ears perk, and he looks over at me, clearly forcing a smile. Of course! You don't have to seem that way. What's up? I lean closer to him. Leo's talking to Kudzu in the front, so we have some amount of privacy. Why didn't we sit up front with Leo? TJ looks down at his lap for a moment, then just shrugs. I think it's pretty obvious, Chase. This whole trip has been pretty bad. I'm about to counter that. It hadn't been that bad, but he goes on. I just think it might have been better if I hadn't come. I feel bad is all. The way he tries not to frown, but does anyway, is both heartbreaking and adorable at the same time. I automatically rest upon his shoulder, reassuringly. Shit, stuff happens, right? We came here to have fun, and that's what we're going to do, right? Oh. Oh, hello, Spamtum. Oh, try not to, spam chat like that, okay? Like with the capital letters and things. Also remember, no RP in here. It's one of the rules in the description. Or, like, part of the rules, anyway. I, like, added it to Rule 3, just because it's... some people don't like it. So, please. No roleplay? Yeah. It makes some people uncomfortable, so just, keep that in mind, alright? Yeah. I just feel, bad for everyone else. What happened yesterday? I think it affected everybody. No way. I had a great time with Leo yesterday. Wasn't sad at all. Oh my god, Chase! I realize that statement makes me look like a total asshat, but Teacher just nods as Leo parks the car. We're here. As we reach the field, Kudzu immediately starts jogging the length of it, while TJ stretches. Jogging as TJ stretches. The only role-playing is Josh being Chunter. Is it even role-playing? Yeah, and then again, it's not even role-playing. Yeah, see? I stand there awkwardly for a second. I'm not really sure if I should join them since that felt a little overboard for something so casual. I bet he has a blue shirt today. It's not blue, it's like a dark blue. It might as well be black, but it's a very dark blue. Shut up. Shut up. At least I hope it's casual. Leo rests the soccer ball against his hip as he joins me. Oh, they're so eager, huh? It's not blue, just shut up. Some people will look at this and think it's a black shirt. Like, we can... You know what? I am wearing a blue jacket, though. It was a little cold, so I just put on a jacket, and that one's blue. Shut up. Apparently. It's not blue, guys. Okay, it's not that shade of blue. It's a lot darker than that. It's like it's darker navy blue. Shut up. Well, it's not a bad idea. Don't want to pull anything. So me and Leo do a few awkward stretches before the other two join us in the middle of the field. So, time to pick teams. There's only 4 of us. Shouldn't be too hard. You want to pick? Kudzu looks between us before his eyes settle on me. Chase. Oh, okay. Probably best to keep the lovers off the same team to avoid distraction. And I at least want a little bit of a challenge. Kudzu gives Leo a smirk. I blush, but Leo smiles easily, rolling his eyes. It's not like that. Sure. So, I'm on Leo's team? TJ sidles up to Leo's side, and the wolf puts an arm around his shoulders. Yup. You're lucky to have me. You know, in my country, we had a war over soccer once. I don't believe you. It's true. Thousands died in the football war. Wait, did you just call it football? Because that seems pretty confusing since you're really into the other football. I live here now, so football is soccer, and football is football. But if I were to call soccer football, I'd call it football. Okay, sure. Accents are a myth. Wait, what? Fujika, let's just start. Kudzy looks around. Since there's so few of us, why don't we just play half field? Grab a few rocks to mark the goals. After that's done, we start playing, and for me, it's pretty much a disaster. TJ, of course, dominates all of us. He dodges around me with ease, making me look like an idiot as I spin around trying to catch him, falling on my ass more than once. Kudzu is able to hold his own for the most part, but TJ gets it past him without much difficulty. I think the Lynx realizes how badly he's beaten us after a while and starts to ease off. I refuse to believe Echo has any soccer fields. They're in Peyton, Kopeka. Leo passes it to me. Yeah, passes it to Leo more often, and only really steps in when we get near the goal. Leo, while big, is slow as hell, and I actually managed to steal the ball from him a few times. I also think it's because he's not taking it seriously at all, because he keeps laughing and slapping me with his tail when I run past. At one point, with the score at like 7-0, I managed to get near the goal. TJ jogs in as I kick the ball clumsily, and it's so clear that he misses on purpose, but that everyone busts out laughing as it rolls into the net. What happened? I assume one of my mods timed out Spampton, because he is like somewhat violating some rules in the description. TJ jogs in as I kick the ball clumsily. Oh yeah, it misses, yeah. TJ frowns. What? That was a great kick, Chase. I lean over, resting my hands on my knees as I gasp for breath. If you're gonna let me score, you have to make it look more convincing than that. Man, also, I'm not 5. I can handle getting my ass kicked. After a while, we switch up teams, with TJ on my side and Kudzu on Leo's. Oh, and Kudzu and Leo together. It's a bit more even after that, with me being TJ's handicap and all. After about half an hour, we call it quits and head back to the parking lot, where Leo throws us water bottles. I wipe my face as I sit on one of the parking blocks. Even though it's early evening, the weather is still way too damn hot. Leo and TJ are already up again, TJ showing him more of the moves he had so viciously used on me. I'm glad to see that TJ is somewhat happy again. His ears are up and he's smiling as he runs circles around Leo. How am I supposed to learn anything if you're just using them on me? Just trying to make me look dumb, huh? Sorry. Alright. The first thing you need to do is... I notice Kudzu standing a few feet away, watching along with me. So, I guess you've known Leo since he moved here. And Kudzu looks over at me before leaning back against the Leo's van. Yeah. He saw me moving in and insisted on helping. So that's how I met him. Sounds like Leo. See, guys, Leo's a nice guy. He's a nice guy, okay? Kudzu takes a swig from his water bottle. He's a good guy. See? Kudzu approved. Definitely. So you used to live here, right? In Peyton? Unfortunately. I guess Leo told you. Yeah. I also remember Leo saying that some bad things had happened to the city for the raccoon. So I wonder if I should press on. He's just a little guy, right? Hey, sorry if it seemed like I was making fun of your name a few days ago. It's a cool name, just different, you know? Kudzu smiles. No, I know it's weird. You just caught me at a bad time is all. I spread my legs, sighing as my knees pop. Ugh, I'm not built for running around. Well, yeah, you're built for swimming. I raise my eyebrows at his bluntness. No, I'm not. It's not really a specious thing to say, but most people don't often point out species aptitude. So, I guess I wonder why you moved to Echo. Such a dump. Kudzu's silent for a while. In the meantime, we watch Leo fall on his ass after TJ kicks the ball between his legs. People. Huh? People are the reason I left Peyton. Oh. Peyton is technically a small city, with just 7,000 people. Compared to Pueblo, that's nothing. The more people there are, the worse it is. It's the same everywhere. Ah, okay. Kudzu goes on. Sure, in Echo there's 100 shitty people, but in Peyton there's 50,000 of them. I prefer Echo. His tone is so dark at this point that I don't even respond. Something definitely happened here in Peyton, and I don't care to ask what it was. Luckily, I'm saved an awkward silence as Leo haphazardly kicks the ball in our direction, and TJ comes running up to us. Damn it. All right. I think that's enough for today. He jogs over, wiping his face. Man, I need a shower. You two getting along? When Kudzu doesn't say anything, I pipe up. Yep. Leo frowns, clearly sensing something's wrong. Well, okay. Anyway, let's go out and get some ice cream. I've been really craving it. I stand up slowly, and knees popping again as we all pile into the car. Oh my god, we're gonna get ice cream! I kinda want some ice cream. Nowhere is open where I can get ice cream. Unfortunate. As we drive, TJ continues to stare out the window, but his ears are up and he doesn't seem so depressed anymore. I lean over towards him. Feeling better? TJ turns to look at me, smiling. Yeah, it was fun playing with you guys. Post-COVID world is depressing. Oh my god. I hate that everywhere changed their hours. Like, nothing's 24 hours in this town anymore. I grin. You're insanely good. That's some eye cream. I can't wait until I say it enough to where other people start saying it. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, I guess I could wait until like 4 or 5 a.m. and then like I think McDonald's is open by that point. Do they serve their ice cream options in the morning, like during breakfast time? And, like, everywhere else's breakfast opens way too late. Like, I could drive to Taco Bell. I've never had Taco Bell breakfast, but they open up so late. It's like 9 by the time they open. And I'm like, bitch. They'll probably just say it's broken. You're right. You're right. McDonald's and ice cream. You know what? They've only told me the machine is broken once. Like, in this town, since I've started living here. Like, it's, yeah. So, it's probably fine. They'll probably just tell me, like, oh, we don't serve it at this hour. Or, like, if it's something like that. He shakes his head. Not compared to the others at school. I'm not aggressive enough, but it's fun. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. TJ nods. It's too hard. It's too bad we can't come back and do it again tomorrow. Huh? Why not? I'm not Not that I'm crazy about doing it again, but I'm not sure what would prevent it. He looks at me. Well, your project. I frown. I don't think... Hey, what flavor do you guys want? Oh, right, he's already texted, like, told TJ that. Okay. Leo practically shouts back at us. I look around. We aren't even at the ice cream parlor yet. That doesn't seem to matter to TJ, though. Oh, cookie dough. It's been so long since I've had it. What are your preferred flavors, guys? What do you all order? What do you get? When you get ice cream and you got options, what do you get? What do you get? I like to get mint chocolate chip. That's my preference. That's what I like to get. Toothpaste? My god. Basic vanilla, bitch. Or cherry vanilla? I've never had cherry vanilla. No place around here has shit like that. Damn. Maybe I'll have to try that. Really? I didn't know you liked that flavor. And somehow Leo's able to keep to the conversation about ice cream flavors all the way to the actual ice cream parlor. Schroederberry? I see how it is. I decide the shots I got earlier in the day were too bright and not representative of the sad state of the town that I wanted. The setting sun does a better job of capturing the desolate and bitter-sweet depression of it all, a metaphor for an end, in a way. At least that's how I hope it hope it comes across. What everyone was always like, you want some toppings? Like, nah, get it away. When the taste of vanilla. I mean, oh, what is it? So like when I make cookies, right, Selkie? I always just make them plain old vanilla sugar cookies. So like I get it. I don't toss anything in there. I don't use any extra flavorings or anything. Just a vanilla sugar cookie. Toppings are so trash. They're a little bit. I've like no. Give me them, Josh. No. Like it's weird, right? Because I feel like a lot of places that have toppings, they usually like have candied toppings, right? But then they always like harden because of how cold like the ice cream is. Like, what am I gonna do? Put like Sour Patch Kids on ice cream? I do that. When I go to frozen yogurt places, I always do that. They're like hard pieces of plastic at that point, and I usually just eat the frozen yogurt until and then just have a little pile of Sour Patch Kids to the side. I don't eat it like with the ice cream, not like with the frozen yogurt, frogen yogurt. That's how that's pronounced. So, but like, I don't like them on toppings on like regular ice cream and things. And fudge turns it to soup. Everyone like the hot fudge sundae shit, and I'm like, nah. I had a friend where at sleepovers we'd make ice cream. And the toppings he'd always for candy shit and harden like 2 seconds on the ice cream. Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, frogen yogurt. Okay, so that's a thing that my family says. I think it was when I was a kid. I think it was my mom accidentally said that. And we've been calling it that ever since. It's just a thing that my family does. I lean back against the old rusted car, clicking through the images I've taken. It feels very quiet, despite the wildlife around me. And so that's why it's easy for me to pick out the footsteps headed in my direction. At first, I think it's Leo, and I wonder how he's finished up with the shower so quickly. Frogurt? Frogurt? Hmm. I love silly family jokes that stick around for years. Oh my god. But then I realized that the crunch of dried vegetation is too soft, too light to be Leo. Oh, hi! I look up, kind of hoping to see Kudzu, but instead I'm greeted with the sight of Clint headed in my direction. My grip tightens on the camera, watching as he approaches around the bend of the tracks. He doesn't see me at first, but he gets to the tracks. He hops onto one of the metal rails and balances there while walking along like he's on a tightrope. Does everybody in Echo just come here to take a walk? I think about walking around the train car out of line of sight, and hide until he passes. While I'm thinking this, he loses his balance and stumbles off the rail, and that's when he looks up. Of course, I'm the first thing he sees, and we both just sort of stand there watching each other. I don't know what to do. Kudzu said Clint probably doesn't remember anything from last night, but I'm not willing to bet on it. It does look like he's not even sure who I am, though. I would give toppings to Clint. Oh my god. uh, he could probably clean up. Like, his eyes are squinted, almost shut, a mouth almost screwed up as he scratches his head comically. He looks forward, almost to the point of falling over again. Definitely on something. At that moment, a look of recognition spreads across his face, and his mouth opens wide. Then he starts jogging straight at me. The abruptness of his movements startled me, and I almost dropped the camera. I angle myself away from the car, so I'm not backed up against it, and start taking steps back as he gets closer. No cleaning him up is for cowards. I'm more mean to get like his fur patches like patched up and stuff. His fashion doesn't need to change. It's good. Uh, he stops though, about 10 feet away, and points at me. Hey, I know you. Huh? I'm at a loss for words for what to say. He's wobbling back and forth, his eyes wide open. Your name. Kimino Demaiwa. There's an awkward pause as I try to determine whether or not he's asking a question. But my name? Chase? Why did I tell him that? You're Leo's fag friend. Huh? I am distracted again, because that's when I see the handle of a pistol just poking out from the front of his waistband of Clint's jeans. Clint glares. Fucking Leo! Why do you hang out with that creep? I'm looking around, trying to decide the best way to escape in case he loses it. I mean, he's always saying shit about me, always saying shit about my dad. He had a perfect fucking life and rubs it in my goddamn face. I take a few innocuous steps back, so that at the end of the car is right next to me, in case I need to duck behind it. I don't think Leo's life was that easy. It was pretty bad back in his country. And rubs it in your fur. Oh my god. I'm fucking coming here to make my fucking life even worse. Couldn't go home and be happy. Couldn't go outside and be happy. I can't be happy anywhere. I mean, if you turned around, bend over, you might have a good evening. Depends on Depends on some preferences, but we might be able to get there, friend. He sneers at me. And you fuck him, don't you? I stare at him and don't say anything. I feel like anything I say could set him off, but he waits patiently, expecting an answer. Clint? Don't you? He shudders visibly, clenching his eyes shut. Fucking imagining you licking his fat ass is disgusting. Why are you imagining it? Why? That's such a specific thing to imagine. You could have just went straight to normal sex. But, why, I can't even fucking care that you're fagging around, but with him? If I wasn't so afraid of the whole situation, I probably would have laughed just then. I'd take another step back. Hey, I was actually just about to head out. I'm doing this project. That's why I'm here. He glares at me. Me and Leo broke up a few years ago. We're just friends. You don't know what he's like. The things he did to me. It was way worse than what I ever did to you. But hey, I do need to head out. We can talk about this later. He sees me stepping around the car, and immediately his hand shoots for the handle of the gun. Hey! I freeze, watching his hand, preparing to throw myself to the ground if he pulls it out. At the same time, I'm praying that he'll shoot his dick off if he does. He glares at me. What the hell are you even doing out here anyway? With shaky hands, I point to the camera around my neck. I told you, I'm doing a project. I try to smile, and as I hold it up. Just about Echo? What the fuck is there to say about it? His hand loosens on the pistol, and I manage to steady my voice enough to actually speak. Well, there's a history to it, There's history to everything. I'm just trying to figure it out. Clint looks around, seeming to forget about his gun. Oh, like this railroad. Yeah, like this railroad. Clint's eyes are vacant as he stares at the ground, and I think about making a run for it. Wow, he almost looks normal with a neutral expression. Oh! I jump as he snaps his head up. My dad once told me that his dad knew a guy that got killed here back in, the 50s. Oh? Despite the fact that there is a crazy meth head in front of me with a gun, I still find myself becoming interested. Yeah, some guy was trying to hop on one, and, way back then. That's how people would get around. So, this guy was trying to hop on this train here when he was leaving the station, but he missed jumping on. Clint sits down in the dry, dusty weeds and spreads his legs out over the rails. And he falls down like this, and it runs over his legs. So Clint is dating Cud because of that one pic. So at the end, Jason... Oh my god. Oh my god. Clint brings both hands down and chopping motions over his thighs. Blood goes everywhere, and yeah, he's dead, right? He looks up at me, and I realize he's actually waiting for an answer. Well, wait a second. Are we good? Have we reconnected? Okay. Leah would be such a, Wait, what? There's a serious Cud X Clint pick I'm talking about. They're good. Very good. What? Okay. Series of picks. Now, wait a minute. Is there? Curious. I'll have to look that up later. I guess his questions are never rhetorical. I assume so, right? Wrong! They found him a few hours later, and somehow, the fucker's still alive! No? I'm already starting to doubt this story, or at least this version of it. The stumps is packed with dirt, so he stopped the bleeding, but he's gone crazy by now. He's going on about some creature that come to him and spoke whispers in his ears. Well, at the very least, I can just stick this. Story somewhere, somewhere slow in the project to keep things somewhat interesting. One of those local urban legends type stuff. But then he goes to the hospital and they think he's gonna live. But he jumps out the fucking window and kills himself. We're sounding a little bratty. No. Clint stands up and brushes himself off. My dad used to tell me that story a lot. Not like I wanted to hear it, but he liked telling me things I didn't want to hear. I don't quite know what to say about that, but I want to keep on his good side, so I make a show of pulling a notebook out of my bag. Well, thanks, Clint. That actually helps me out a lot. But Clint is still off in his own world, staring off at some trees in the distance. It's weird that you needed to hear that story, because I came here because of it. For closure or something? Because of that guy. Sometimes I think I see him when I'm all high, and I hear things here too. It's scary, but I do it 'cause it's different. In this town, everything's always the same, but you can make it change if you want. At that point, he starts walking away, off the tracks and towards the group of trees. I decidedly didn't follow him, instead making my way back to Leo's house. I have a lot of time to calm down on the walk back. Leo is splayed out on his couch, picking through a TV dinner in his lap. God damn it, Leo! What's in the fridge? I can make something. Like, do we got some carrots? We can saute some carrots. We can salvage this dinner. Come on. Oh, there you are. I warmed one up for you too, but it's probably cold by now. That's alright, I'll just put it back in. Leo watches me as I head into the kitchen, adjacent to the living room. Hey, what's up? My dinner is sitting on the stovetop, and I make an effort not to wrinkle my nose at the, sculpted rib meat covered in barbecue sauce. What? The I can fix hims of the I can fix hims? It's not safe for work, obviously. I see. It's fine. Watery mashed potatoes complements the gooey mess. Nothing, just tired is all. I toss the dinner back into the microwave and set the timer to 2 minutes. I feel like the only microwave, dinner things that are even remotely salvageable are That's so bad. Yeah, right? It's fine. Are, the pasta ones? Because at least, those keep a little bit better. Any of, the meat and potato type TV dinners, I'm fucking no. Those taste terrible. I toss the dinner back into the microwave and set the timer for 2 minutes. As it warms, I turn around to lean against the counter and face Leo in the living room. Hey, I was wondering something. Leo looks back to me, ears falling back a little. It's about Clint. Leo's brow furrows. I mean, you guys are at each other's throats. I know there's always been some animosity between you two, but I don't remember it being this bad. I frown. You guys practically want each other dead. Leo pins his ears back while he licks barbecue sauce off his fingers. I really don't know, Chase. If I had to say, I think it would be the drugs. The drugs? Whatever he's talking, it's pretty hardcore. Or whatever he's taken. It's pretty hardcore. I mean, he's a goddamn skeleton now, right? Yeah. But it's not like I'm responsible for it. I just treat him like he treats everyone else. I open my mouth, hesitate, then finally ask what's bothering me. When we were younger, would you say you bullied him? Leo frowns. What's bringing all of this up? Nothing. Just curious is all. Leo starts to smooth down the fur on his head, all poofed up from his shower. I mean, I wasn't nice to him, of course, but he was an asshole to everyone else. Like I said, I did to him what he did to others. Hello, Ivan. Yeah, you missed the assault of the crowbar, and do be true. He coughs. Maybe a little worse. Worse. What he did to us was pretty bad, though. He tried to burn me with a cigarette once. See? When you tell me shit like that, I don't feel bad for any of the things I did to his worthless ass. I'm saved from having to respond to that as the timer goes off. I turn around to pull my food out of the microwave before grabbing a plastic fork and sitting down next to Leo. We eat in silence awkwardly. By the time I'm almost finished, I'm feeling a little nauseous. Not to be rude, but do you always eat this stuff? He looks up with a mouthful of mashed potatoes. This microwavable dinner stuff. He swallows loudly. Yeah. You don't like it? He lowers his ears again, looking embarrassed. I mean, Leo, this is not healthy. Leo, this is not healthy. I mean, it's fine. It's just sad. I look at him sheepishly. Huh, you little fucker. I get better food sometimes. This is just easier. Yeah. I drag a plastic fork through the flaky potatoes. What? When Josh says a bad thing about Leo, you know it's bad. What do you mean? Wait, no. We'll just have to work on his diet, okay? That's fine. And what qualifies as better food? The diner? Hey, it's not like I can't afford it. I make good money. I laugh. This isn't about money. I think you're just lazy. Leo mock growls and leans over to grab me. I yelp theatrically and try to hold my tray steady as he yanks me sideways to lay down against him. Our heads on the armrest. Hey, I'm gonna throw away my tray. It's full of gross TV dinner water. Leo nuzzles into my neck. Put it on the floor. Ew, gross. You can throw it away when I'm ready to get up. Since when did you decide when I can or can't get up? Since you decided to mouth off to me, and now you're the one that's gonna be cooking all of my meals and cleaning up my house, Chula. Aw, we're gonna be a male wife. I shiver, and he responds by spooning me tighter. And clearly, Leo's gagged that I'm past the point of resisting at this point in my little vacation, and he's taking advantage of it. Bro, did they even shower? Leo did. Leo finished taking a shower. Yeah, that was mentioned. As Chase was doing like the recording of the railway, he mentioned that Leo was taking a shower, and that's why he wasn't there. So yes, Leo is a clean boy here. Leo is clean. Leo rolls the R dramatically. Definitely taking advantage of it. We're both too tired to do anything more, which is probably for the best. Within a few minutes, I'm passed out. Friday! We all love Friday. We all... Here, I think we'll... dream some dinner water. No! No. No, you guys. No. I think we'll end it there for the night. You know, finished up Wednesday, and do Thursday. You know, it's good. It's good. Suddenly a clown pops up in the livery. Yeah! Little red balloon, honking his horn, laughing. It's pretty alright. That was pretty okay. Yeah. I always forget about Thursday whenever I think about this route. It is like one of the more cuter ones. Pain, I joined too late. Ah, it's okay. There's the VOD. The VOD will be there soon. It's alright. Will we see the good ending before Chuntover is over? How many days do I got left? We can maybe get there. we can maybe get there. Because I won't be able to stream on Tuesday and Wednesday. Stream this. Yeah, we can finish up before then. We can do that. We'll do it. We can do it, guys. VOD gang, rise up, right? Right? Please comment below if you're in the VOD gang. Where can I find your schedule? I don't have like a fixed schedule so that I can choose not to stream if I don't want to. And my times are very flexible because sometimes I just wake up really late. Sometimes I just go like, some days I'm like, I wake up and go like, I won't stream today. And then it'll be close to midnight and I'm like, okay, but I do kind of want to stream. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes it happens. So like sometimes I stream real late when I really shouldn't. And I don't really stream early anymore, you know. It's weird, actually. I find it really weird. Was not prepared for one today, right? Yeah. I did go to bed really late last night. But yeah, it is weird to me that like when I stream really late, like in the really late PM, early AM for me, like in my time zone, that gets more views than when I stream at like last night in quote unquotes. Yeah, you know what I mean. Than when I used to stream at like what people would count as a reasonable hour. So I don't know. Maybe I should try trying to stream at a reasonable hour again. See if they compare. Because it's been a while since I've tried that. But it is what it is. So you know. Hi Ben. Thanks for stopping by. I am wrapping up though. I'm sorry, Ben. There's some stuff I need to do. Didn't want to stream for as long. It's fine. The more reasonable you are, it's fine. That's true. That's true. I just woke up. Yeah, sorry. Hope you have a good day, Ben. But yeah, I do hope that you've all enjoyed. Have a good night. Have a good day. And I will see you guys around.